Welcome back, mamas. I want to tell you right now that there is a way that you can actually get your kids to listen to you. But the way I'm going to tell you is going to be very different from other ways because it gets your child to the point where they want to listen to you and they're not doing it just based out of fear. Are you feeling overwhelmed or discouraged as a mom? Do you feel like there's got to be a better way out there, but you just don't know how to get there? I'm Aurora Nino, mother of 4 with 1 on the way. Come with me and let me show you how there can be hope and happiness for your home. Out of all the things out there to do in life, if you want to leave a lasting legacy, leave one that actually lasts. Welcome to Amai, where you belong as a mother. The human motivation system can be broken down into 3 general categories, and these are important because this will likely end up determining the relationship that you may have with your child. People tend to obey or listen either out of fear, which is the lowest form, out of obligation, or out of love, which is the highest form. If you as a parent get to the point where your children are listening to you mostly based out of fear that they either won't get what they want, or fear that you'll come down really hard on them, or the worst of all, being physically afraid, you run the risk of your relationship with that child ending up in a place that isn't out of love, loyalty, or security. But I'm here to show you a way out of all of this, a way that you can help teach your children and where they intrinsically want to obey. This is a system I've implemented with my 4 kids, and it has completely changed the dynamic in our home. It goes like this: first connect, then inspire, then require. Most parents jump straight to the require part. Do your homework or finish your chores, or I've already told you 10 times to turn off the video game. But what they're missing are these 2 other vital steps. So first, connect. You cannot teach a child's heart that you do not have. When you have a good relationship with your children, they get one-on-one time with you, and when they get this, they want to make you proud. They want to please you when you have this really good connection. So much of the disobeying in homes comes down to the fundamental disconnection in the family. Society is trying hard to convince us to outsource almost every part of a mother's role. And because of that, connection in the home is at an all-time low. This can cause exponential potential problems in relationships. But if you invest the time to connect and do it consistently, dynamics in your home will start to change. Second, inspire. This is where true teaching comes in. Not the teaching from a normal government school room where teachers say, open the book to page 57 and blah, 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 blah. This is where you as a parent get to inspire them for the reason why they are doing what they're doing. Let me give you just a quick example of this. I've done this with every one of my kids before they start formal education. I just thought about it one morning. I don't know why, it was just really random thought, and I ended up doing it with all my other kids. Instead of just requiring that our kids go to school, what if we inspired them to understand how amazing their brains are and how much potential they have to learn and grow as they study and learn? So what I've done is I would take some time to connect with this child, maybe play a learning game with them for a few minutes. Then what I've done is show them a really silly but a concrete way of how learning takes place. I would say, look at these 2 objects. I want you to think of this water as knowledge. When you pour it over this rock, what happens? Is the rock able to soak up any of this knowledge? Nope. Well, luckily, our brains are not filled with rocks, and brains are more like sponges. So now pour this knowledge on this hard sponge. Now what happens? Yes, it soaks it up. That's just like your brain. In fact, your brain has almost an unlimited capacity to soak in information. Isn't that amazing? And then whenever you need, you can use this knowledge to bless the lives of others and yourself. Then after this, I would go into the requirement part. You get to start learning so that your brain can get stronger and stronger and smarter, and you can learn as much as you want, and you can learn anything you want. When I've implemented things like this in this way, the child starts the creation of their own intrinsic desires, and that's what you want as a mom. At the end of the day, you don't want them to do things just because another person told them to do it. To become independent and successful, their desires, happiness, and decisions ultimately need to come from within. And here's another quick example. Hopefully most parents give their kids responsibilities of helping with chores throughout the house, but most parents will say, okay, clear off the table or do the dishes, or hey, you need to sweep the floor right now. But this is a way you can do it that will again help their desires to change. And really quick, to be clear, this isn't something I do before every time I ask my kids to do something. It's like framing or explaining the responsibility and why it's important before requiring it of them. And to add on the side, the two base fundamental needs of every child are to feel significance and belonging in their life. And researchers see that when a child contributes to the family, it creates a deeper level of significance. So before I let my toddler have the responsibility of helping out with after meal chores, which I don't even like the word chore. In our home, we actually use the term jams, which stands for jobs after meals. And we make it really fun. We jam out to music together as we're working, and it's actually a really fun bonding experience. But before I give this child the responsibility of, let's say, throwing the napkins away off the table every night, I would connect with them maybe over letting them make dinner with me. And then I would get on their level and say, our family is a team, and we're so happy that you're a part of our family. We all make this house messy and dirty at times, which means we all get to pull together and make it clean again. Because you're old enough now, we need you. We need you to help clear all these napkins off the table. Can you do that for us? Do you see the connect, inspire, require? And before you think that this could not work for your family, a lot of moms I'm talking to feel like the home culture I'm describing here is out of reach for them. They see homes filled with love and peace, and they chalk it up to, well, they just have really easy kids. But what they don't realize is that it's not about the kids. I have some incredibly stubborn kids. And if I had not implemented my systems and my routines in our house would be in chaos in almost every way imaginable. Once you get this culture built into your home, when my kids are older and let's say they're not wanting to do the dishes after a long day, I love saying things like this. I'm so grateful for you. We wouldn't be able to do this if we didn't pull together as a team. Thanks for being a good team player. Or when a kid does something that they didn't have to do or need to do, I say things like, wow, thanks for noticing that needed to be done. Or something like, you doing just that simple thing really helped me as a mom. But let's say your kids just outright decides that they don't want to do it at all. This happened just the other night with my 5-year-old. If this happens, there are multiple other tools you can use. And one of my favorite tools I explain in this video right here. No matter what, kids aren't perfect. And that is why we learn as moms to have lots of tools that we can use in different situations to help. So you can use connect, inspire, require in almost any aspect of life, even outside of parenting. And remember, the connection part can be super simple if you need it to be. It can just be looking at them in their eyes for 5 seconds, telling them how much you appreciate them. With the way society is trying to demand our attention, there are many who are not fighting for the undivided connection time with their kids. Before the internet and social media, this used to be a lot more natural. Now it is a fight to make time for them, but it's all worth it. Relationships in life tend to be people's most prized possessions. Give this a try, see if that helps your relationship with your child. And if you like what we're doing here at Amai of strengthening mothers, please check out our Patreon page. Keep up your good work. You are more valuable than you know. See you next time.